welcome to another edition of Judgment Day, where we judge things. That's pretty simple, right? Joining me once again are main members of the jury. We got Raina and Logan on the call.
Heyo.
What's up?
And we're working on getting some guest jurors in. So if you're listening to this and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to judge people on Reddit. I want to judge situations. I was born and the doctor was like, that's a judgmental person right there. Please reach out to us.
If you've had jury duty like multiple times.
You know, I've never gotten jury duty.
Me neither, and I really want to.
I feel like the same people get jury duty, and I don't know, ridiculous.
Raina, have you?
No, but I would love to.
I love how we all really want jury duty and we do this podcast. I know. It makes total sense.
I would be such a good foreman. Like, Your Honor, on the charge of a misdemeanor, we find the defendant guilty or innocent. I don't know.
It'd feel great.
Didn't want to assume guilt. But speaking of guilty or innocent, we are spending season 1 with the Am I the A-hole thread. And for those who don't know, this is a thread where people, give their situation, the story, and they say, am I the asshole? Is the other person or group the asshole? Maybe there's no assholes, or maybe everyone just plain sucks. So let's get into this. Here's the title. Get ready. Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend my ex comes first?
Yikes. Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah, that one really, that hurt. That was like, I could see like daggers and everybody. Well, this guy says, I know the title sounds bad, but hear me out. So we're going to hear him out. We need a man's name. Someone throw something out. Okay, Jeffrey. There we go. Boom. And I, Jeffrey, 37-year-old male, was with my ex-wife, who was 36 years old. We'll call her Elaine. So Elaine and Jeffrey were together for 15 years. They were high school boyfriend and girlfriend, married after university, and they have 3 kids, all boys, 9, 8, and 5. So oldest is 9, youngest is 5. Jeffrey and Elaine divorced a few years ago and have remained friendly, so we can co-parent our boys as easily as possible. Elaine has remarried, and I get along with Elaine's new husband, which is great, who seems to be a good stepdad. Great. Jeffrey was single for a while as he focused on the boys, that there are 3 boys, and work. But I met my girlfriend, who we'll call Nicole, who's 27, about 3 months ago. So they met 3 months ago. I haven't introduced Nicole yet to my kids, which has been upsetting to her, but I've told her that 3 months for me is not a long enough or committed enough relationship to involve my kids yet. I do not want them getting attached or otherwise uncomfortable until I know for sure that that is the real deal. So far, I agree. 3 months is too soon to be bringing someone in with young kids.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I mean, impressionable, and it's confusing when you say this is someone who's going to stick around and then all of a sudden they're not there one day. Yeah, I agree.
But even just, oh, hey, this is my friend. Okay, see you later. Just in passing kind of thing. I mean, just an introduction with no comment about dating even. I mean, this could be a neighbor, perhaps. You know what I mean? Like, okay, but
makes sense.
I mean, I've been talking to someone for 6 months now, and we still haven't even like made it official or anything. And I haven't gone to my parents and be like, I've been talking to someone for 6, like, because who knows?
You haven't introduced them to us either. Hello.
Well, exactly. Yeah. So like, to me, like that sense of time, like I totally get it. But for other people, like 3 months is like a longer time. For me, 3 months is nothing, but I could see how people like 3 months is very important to them.
Well, and maybe it's been 3 months of we're actually dating, we're boyfriend, girlfriend, or maybe it's only been 3 months of that was our first date 3 months ago. So
yeah, hoping for an edit on this one to clarify that.
So it was Elaine. So it was the ex-wife's birthday, Elaine's birthday last week. And I told Nicole, the current girlfriend, I would be doing for Elaine what I always do with our boys, and I wouldn't be available until later in the day. Nicole was upset with this as she wanted to spend the day together, but it wasn't for anything special. So it's like, there's a birthday for the ex with the kids. He wants to be part of that. Girlfriend, not really happy about that. Which is like, but it's not like you were going to do anything special. So like, it's not like she's like, hey, I have tickets to go see like Eddie Murphy or something. Yeah,
it's not an anniversary. It's not, Eddie Murphy. Yeah, that just both hit both of us.
He came up the other day he came up earlier this day. That's why he was on my mind. But
is he still performing?
Oh, maybe.
Good for Ed.
So anywho, what he does this is a tradition that they do. On my ex's birthday, I go over and I help our sons make Elaine a nice breakfast. I get some flowers and a nice card and a present from them, and then they take it to her and give breakfast in bed to mom. My sons love doing this for mom, and I always like to hear how happy it makes them. Nicole, the current girlfriend, was angry that he does this, and she said it made her feel less important and like she would never come to mean as much to me in my life. I replied that Elaine, the ex, is the mother of my children, and that even though we are not in a relationship or in love, we have our boys, and I want our boys to grow up knowing that I always treated Elaine with respect, even though we are no longer together. I do not want my kids thinking that we never cared about each other. Nicole says that she doesn't want me doing this again while I am in a relationship with her, and that I am the a-hole for not putting her feelings first. She said it's obvious I still love Elaine, and I won't ever give up this one day to put her over Elaine. I told her that I will always have a love for Elaine, as we were together a long time and we have 3 kids, and nothing will change that. Nicole says I do not promise to begin. If I do not promise to begin to restrict communication with my ex to make it just about the kids, she doesn't see how I can ever prove to her that I care about her. So, and then there's a few edits because I know Logan and everyone. Just to clarify, he does not take the breakfast to Elaine in her bed. The boys do. So he comes over, gets everything, and the boys go upstairs. Okay. So he's just like doing it for the boys because they're 9, 8, and 5. No offense. I get that. I'm not going to have some 9-year-old in my kitchen doing God knows what, making breakfast. I mean, and who wants that? Who is sitting in their bed at home like, you know what? I would like some avocado toast by my 9-year-old. No one wants that. Here's some new edits. Apparently people were asking a lot of questions. Here's some extra details. So Elaine, the ex's new husband, and I will talk, have coffee, we'll watch TV while the kids take the breakfast up. Elaine's husband is the one who will have the boys awake and let me in so the kids and I can make the breakfast. So the new husband's part of this too. Not like he's just coming over, knock, knock, here I am. Her husband, the new husband, will generally take Elaine out for dinner or plan something special, so I might end up taking the kids so they can be alone. As I understand, he is now her husband, and I have a diminished role in her life, but not my kids, which is such a grand gesture to do. He has no incentive to be doing that, right? The tradition started with my oldest when he was little, so we've carried it on together as the boys have come along. I do understand in a couple of years they'll be old enough to do this themselves and not need my help, but I enjoy spending this time with them to do something nice for their mother. Elaine did not initiate the divorce. He did. Jeffrey did. The marriage ended amicably as possible as we just grew apart. There was no big fight, no infidelity. We were just 2 adults making a decision to be happier elsewhere. No, it was not Nicole's birthday. The new girlfriend, it wasn't a special event. She has not yet had a birthday in our relationship. I had planned to do something special for her birthday, which is in December, which, by the way, this was posted in like July. So he's looking for a future with her, clearly, if he's planning her birthday. If we were still together at that time, as said, our relationship is still new. I did tell Nicole and Elaine and our kids that our kids came first on that day only, Elaine's birthday. This is simply due to the tradition I have with my sons. I can see why she took it out of context, but I didn't mean that Elaine comes first always, but I did say my boys always will. So that's a lot. Mm-hmm. Woo. Thoughts? Where do we start?
Is this a throuple?
I mean, I don't think he's doing anything sexual or romantic. He's just helping the boys do a birthday thing for the mom.
I feel like what he's doing is far more confusing than introducing a new girlfriend at 3 months. Like, this is very blurring the lines here. With
you think so?
I do a lot, actually.
Wow.
She has a husband or boyfriend herself, so why is she able to do it successfully, but he isn't? You know what I'm saying? They've already experienced their mom having a new partner. Why is the dad having a new partner any different? You know what I'm saying? He's definitely got a personal hang up. Nicole aside, she's got her own issues, but he definitely has issues too.
See, I don't think he has issues. I mean, I think he's just helping his kids do a birthday thing for their mom. And I think it's very clear they're still friends. You know, they have a good relationship. It's not, to me, invasive. I could see how in other divorced parent situations, this would be, no city, right? But like, I think given that their relationship is friendly and they want what's best for their kids, I don't see what's wrong with that.
yeah, putting the kids first. And I mean, carrying on a tradition that means a lot to the boys. Like, I feel like that's why he does it, because they really enjoy it. And so I mean, he could say to the new husband, hey, this is what we do. And if you want to start doing it, if him and Nicole get super serious and she really has a big issue with it, but he also really enjoys it. He likes being able to be there for his sons, you know, or I think they're kids. I don't know who
9,
they are,
8,
but
and 5. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I just feel like as an ex-husband coming into your wife's space and now her husband, like that is just, it's not invasive in that he's not welcome and he's forcing himself in there. I actually think that he is so welcome and comfortable is even more weird. I really do. I grew up with divorced parents. They divorced when I was like a year old. So I never had a traditional like family, and it was really easy. I mean, granted, that's the only thing I knew, but I was mature enough at 6, 7, 8, 9 to understand, hey, mom and dad don't really like each other and they don't love each other, so they live separately. But I just feel like he's not willing to let go. I mean, the mom is like obviously open to it and whatever, but I think some parents just really put too much emphasis on like, oh, we have to preserve everything. Like it's got to be the tradition, and like tradition's nice, but I mean, they're growing up. Do they still believe in the Easter Bunny? You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert for people who listen thinking that the Easter Bunny was real.
No,
Raina!
Oh my God!
Someone's in their car right now crying like, ah!
Oh no.
But-
See, sorry, go ahead. Finish your
No,
thought.
please,
no,
Logan.
I'm
Please,
good.
Logan.
Yeah.
So my parents married my whole life, still married. But I have a bunch of family who has gotten divorced, and those relationships have always been like amicable. Like my aunt's ex-husband, my great aunt's ex-husband, like even though they were divorced, the husbands would sometimes come to our Christmases. Or like I went to old uncle's family's funeral. So like not even married
nice.
family anymore. So it's maybe I just see it like through that. I'm like, even though they're separated, it's still you want to put in, because they were a family for so long, you know, you have that, like he said, he doesn't love her, but he'll always have a certain type of love, as I think you always do, even with like all exes, I think mostly you have a certain type of love for them, even though things ended.
Like I have friends who I don't talk to anymore who I'm like, I have fun memories, even if
You'll always love them in some sort of capacity, mostly. Again.
And I will say too, and maybe it's kind of hard for me to like, you know, my family's not really the traditions kind of family. Like we're like every Christmas we do something a little different, or like, you know, there's not like one thing that we do for any set thing. My mom's listening to this right now and she disagrees. But
that blows my mind, honestly. I couldn't imagine having just like fun. It just like, yeah, we'll just see where it goes.
Yeah, like sometimes it'll be like big things, small things, you know, vacation, day trips, you know, movies. I mean, like there's never really been like a set like, and I don't see either, like between my sister, my mom, and my dad and our unit. Like if one of us was like, let's do this, like oh God, like what about the ham? What about the presents, you know, unwrapping at this time of day? And like we don't do that. So for me, like the tradition itself is like, it's cute, but like if I was in that situation, I'd be like, who cares? Like for the boys' sake, yes, it makes sense. But then why does the ex have to be there? So like I get that. Should we cast some judgment?
Oh my gosh, we didn't even judge Nicole, which was like the huge thing.
Okay, Nicole.
Yeah.
So let's talk.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh my God, I got
3 months,
sidetracked.
and she's like trying to make decisions on a 15 plus year, you know, relationship and kids, and she's got some work to do.
Nicole
Plus, she's 10 years younger than he
I didn't
is.
love that. Didn't love that. Just because I feel like he is an older parental kind of guy. And I feel like that energy, like, I don't know, like I am assuming she doesn't have any kids. I'm assuming she doesn't know what that's like. That's difficult. That's very difficult, I think, to get into that routine. But two, I think Nicole thinks she's all that in a bag of chips. And she's just like that, like the gum that you see at the end of the aisle when you're at the grocery store. Like she's not as good as she thinks she is in terms of the time and the devotion. Yeah, all that in a bag of chips.
No, the gum at the end of the.
No, that's just me being creative and
whimsical. Oh, I was gonna say like you pick it up because you see it and.
Yeah, like it's 3 months. I mean, you're like, I'll just toss that in the cart. Like, okay, whatever. Like, who knows when I'm gonna use it? Where it could end up in the car. It could end up like, you know, someone else grabs it and you like.
I'm gonna start using that saying all the time.
She's not even an appetizer. She's not even the roll. She's like the piece of like the garnish on the soup. You know what I mean? Like, can you calm down? You're
3 months.
She's expecting entree level decisions about her. And it's like, you're not there yet. I'm sorry. You're just not.
Right. Yeah, for sure. I just think that the reason he hasn't introduced her is because he knows it's not going to last.
That's what I
think. He's the one who said I'm playing for her birthday in December and it's July. Like,
but he's also writing this post and saying like, if it works, dude, if you're already questioning that kind of stuff, then
he's really into planning events and hosting events, and
he's a big
planner. He's a big planner, that's for sure.
Here's the thing, though, you know, like, you know, it's 3 months. There's really no way for him to be like, oh, I definitely see multiple years out of this. So, I mean, we can't expect him to be like, we've been together 3 months, and like, I have no doubts. Like, I think that would be incorrect. Like, I'm sure he does have doubts. I mean. Who wasn't? I like I said, I'm talking to someone for 6 months. I still have doubts.
But I mean, he married his high school sweetheart. So
after university.
Maybe
how many years is that? 4, 5, 6, 7?
Yeah.
It's a long time.
All right.
Gotcha. Don't it hurt ya?
I met my boyfriend like online. We talked for a while, but it only took us 5 days of talking, not even 5 days talking in person before we said I love you. So
what?
Whoa!
But look we're still together 5 years later.
It's like a shotgun wedding over there.
Moly.
We know what we want. We want. So my point being, like, I didn't have any hesitation and I knew what I wanted. Mm-hmm. He's got enough reservation to post it online. I mean, you only go to Reddit if you really are in a situation that
Yes, that's what I'm.
I don't know. To me, time is relative. Your 5 days might have been there 3, 4, 5, 6 months. I mean, we all move at different paces. And I mean, you're right. The 3 months is kind of arbitrary. It's just new. They clearly are still gelling. They're not at a point where they're, you know.
They're and I think if Nicole, I totally understand having reservations about your current partner doing stuff, going above and beyond for their ex, and having reservations about that and speaking up about it. I think that's I think that's commendable of her.
Agree with that.
But just the way that she did it and saying you shouldn't choose her and it should always be me first and that's not okay, and the kids stuff and saying you should introduce, like, it's just a lot.
Yeah, having an emotional tantrum on this does not compute, and I think this is not a hill that I would die on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, it'd be different if he's like, the whole weekend I'm gonna be over there and I'm gonna do all these things and like share a bed with them. Yeah, that's too much.
I want to know if he's ever been like on vacation with all of them after the divorce.
Oh,
I feel like some like divorced parents do that. Like they'll all go on a family vacation still. So I feel like if this is totally random, but I feel like if he's ever been on a vacation with them, then there's more to it.
There's too amicable.
That's I'm talking about throuple here. But yeah, I mean, you never talk about someone else's kids, especially at 3 months. I mean, I'm a little bit of a shotgun person myself, but at 3 months, I was definitely still navigating a new relationship and figuring out the other person. So, but really, you don't mess with other people's kids. You don't have that. That is not your place. You got to be at least 10 years and 5, 6, 10 years into that. like.
And she knew what she was getting into when she got into it, I'm assuming. It wasn't like...
it's 3 months in, she's like, oh, you have kids.
Surprise, I have 3 kids! Oh, could you imagine?
Well, are we ready to cast some judgment?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay. And we have an update. So this is juicy. All right. So let's cast judgment. Is Jeffrey, our main man here, is he the asshole, not the asshole? Everyone sucks. What do we think? Logan, let's start with you.
This is like when your teacher calls on you in class and you don't know the answer. I think I'm gonna go with he is not the asshole.
Okay.
I think that he loves his kids and is excited to do this for his kid's mother once a year. Again, it's not like he's doing this time after time and constantly putting in the extra work to make her happy. And I don't know, I think that his new girlfriend just either needs to figure out her feelings or get over it, I guess. So yeah, not the asshole.
Raina, what's your judgment?
Not the asshole, but everyone is weird here.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone is weird. Like I'm seriously getting really weird, like throuple swinger vibes. Like
Raina's like, why are people being nice to each other? I don't like it.
We want that update. Are they a throuple or not?
Yeah, honestly though, I would say not the asshole, but everyone's weird here.
Yeah, not the asshole, but creepy.
Yeah.
I gotta go not the asshole, and I gotta say Nicole, the new girl, light asshole. Like there are points that she can make without going overboard, and she is like the Titanic, overboard.
She's really immature.
Yeah, well, she's 27. I mean,
yeah.
I mean that's like my
she's
age.
Kid
That's
herself.
not excusable.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I'm the kind of person that's like, oh, you don't treat me like a demigod, like not worth my time. You know what I mean? Like that's where I'm at in my dating life a little bit, right? So like I totally get this idea of like I want to be the center of the attention. I want the sun to revolve around me. I get it. It's not right, but I get it.
I also think it would be different if the ex-wife is the one who initiated the divorce. But I think that him saying that he wants a divorce, that kind of changes things, Like obviously his feelings changed first, and she was the one who kind of had to deal with that. It wasn't that he's still pining because she dumped him. Or maybe he is. I don't know.
And the post agrees with us, not the asshole, but it was a close one. There were some people who definitely felt like he was doing too much. He was going overboard, and that relationship was being blurred a little bit. Here's the update. Are we ready for the update? A couple days after Jeffrey posted, Jeffrey called Elaine's husband, and they met up for a beer, pleasantries. Then Jeffrey showed the post, and the husband admitted he did feel uncomfortable, but had just been too nice or polite to say so.
Oh my God.
And if he had, I told him that I wouldn't have held it against him. He's a big part of our kids' lives. Elaine's husband said he didn't have a problem with it and never, because he knows the kids love doing it, but then said that he and Elaine are pregnant with their first kid, and that next year, how would it be? As he wouldn't want their children left out of this tradition. We both went to see Elaine, and we all talked, and from now on, all of us are going to make the breakfast, including their new baby when the time comes, when it's old enough. But in the meantime, he will carry the baby in, or the oldest will. Either way, we'll make it about the kids. It's about the kids.
No. Why does he keep inserting himself?
Raina's like
the husband was clearly saying, hey, we'll do this stuff with the kids at my house. You can do this stuff with the kids at your house. Not, please, let's add another kid to the
Well, here's the caveat. He said, we left knowing that this tradition will evolve as the years go on, and when they can, it'll just be the kids and their mom. So probably in a few years, he'll back off. I mean, 9 and 8.
He's 11 at that point. Like at 11 years old, I was like, wow. No, that's like, what are you?
But you know what? They touched up. That's they all came to an agreement. So. They're happy with it. So good for them. Here we go. Part 2. The following night.
Oh my gosh, I love this.
The following, I know we're so titillated. We're all like gripping. Like this seat that I'm in is like, thank goodness it's mahogany. The following night, I took Nicole out for dinner. I was very honest with her, and I said that my children always will be first, and part of that means sometimes that their mom, her husband, and the family dynamic we have will come over and above Nicole. I said I fully understood this was not something she could commit to, as I know this is never going to be an easy thing for any woman to understand. But I told her how bad my own parents' divorce had been, and how even now that my parents can't be in the same area. Serious. My dad didn't go to my wedding due to their animosity. I told Nicole, I know, damn, right? Now that puts it a little bit of a different light too.
I knew he had issues. I mean, that's really sad, but
yeah.
Well, yeah,
he got issues.
He had his own parent issues, and so he's like, I don't want to do that to my kids. So exactly. I get that.
He's stopping that flow of trauma of sorts, right?
Good for him.
Jeffrey told Nicole, this is not something that I ever want for my kids to feel like they have to choose between parents. You know, I want a happier dynamic, and this might be different to a normal divorce, but this is what works for us. And that I was the asshole, but I wasn't prepared to change because it makes my kids happy. We decided we would go our separate ways. As Nicole said, she does not think she could be in a relationship where she will never be the priority. I did correct her and say she would be a priority as it would deepen, but I had children and they'll always be first. I wished her well in her future, and I dropped her off at home. So yes, that's the update. Thanks for the advice, the comments, and the bashing. So Nicole said, leave, get out right now.
Bye, Nicole.
Are we shocked? Are we shocked at that? I'm not that shocked.
I'm not shocked. I just think it's crazy that we got that update. Like, I'm glad that he continued the post.
I'm just kind of shocked that she thinks like there probably are guys out there who would put like Nicole above the kids, right? There's trash everywhere. I mean, for sure. But like,
yeah,
the fact
but to
that,
ask someone to do that, that's
the fact that
lot.
she expects that is like, that's. Oof.
It's just date someone without kids. It's that simple.
No.
Yeah, a lot of the things she said were out of line.
She's like, my kink is marrying or getting cozy to men who have children so that they can abandon the children for me.
Oh, maybe she's got daddy issues or something like that.
All of them have some, but.
Wow.
All righty. Well, we judged another one, and we did a good job. This one was tough. So we'll see you next time on Judgment Day.
Bye.
See ya.
Judgment Day is a podcast by Starvolt Studios. Judgment Day is executively produced by Matt Rebar, Logan Molnar, and Raina Butel. For more awesome content, just go to starvoltstudios.com or on their Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter page.